A very warm welcome to you for another Air Sports News episode. I'm here in hot and sunny Doha, getting ready for the start of the Qatar Balloon Festival, which will start right here tomorrow. But back to a chilly topic. Have you ever wondered how Christmas trees are harvested? Well, I found the answer in aviation. Daniel Keitel from the Englefield Aviation Company just released a great video showing how he uses his helicopter skills to do fast and extremely precision Christmas tree harvesting from the air, nearby his hometown in Oregon, USA. Ho ho ho. Maybe Santa Claus should change his sleigh for a helicopter. Anyway, let's see the rest of the great aviation content in our program. You can of course like it, share it and subscribe. My name is Regan Tetlow, this is Doha, and this is Air Sports News. We're just a few months after the Gordon Bennett gas ballooning race edition in Poland, and I already miss it very much. But the Swiss hosts of the 22 edition have already started promotion for next year's event. The 65th Coupe Aeronautique Gordon Bennett will take place in the city of St. Gallen in September 22. This will be the third time that the World Long Distance Gas Balloon Championship will start from eastern Switzerland. In '95, the balloons took off from Wil, and in 2012 from Ednacht Kapelle in the valley of Toggenburg. The whole event is the oldest and most prestigious event in aviation and the ultimate challenge for the pilots. The goal is simple: to fly the furthest non-stop distance from the launch site. And if you're not familiar with it, you can check the Coupe Aeronautique Gordon Bennett Facebook fan page to know more from interesting and fresh posts and videos as well. If you're a glider pilot and maybe for the first time you want to be part of the most epic sail-playing Grand Prix contest, you need to hurry because the qualification process for the 22-23 edition is now open. But the number of places on the grid is limited. A maximum of 20 entries shall be allowed, including any wildcard entries. A minimum of 5 places must be reserved for international competitors. If at the closing date for entry these places have not been taken up by international pilots, they become available for reallocation to national pilots. The organisers may award a wildcard entry which must be approved by the SGP management team. In a qualifying event with more than 5 and less than 11 entries, the first place pilot will automatically qualify and the second pilot will be the reserve pilot for the event. In a qualification event with less than 6 entries, the first place pilot will automatically qualify and there will be no reserve pilot for the event. For more info, you can register on the sgp.aero website. Quick news for paragliding competitors: the local rules of the 5th FAI Pan American Paragliding Championship 22 were updated. The Civil Bureau, together with the organisers, have reviewed the situation and fixed the dates of the competition. The event will take place from the 8th to the 16th of April 22. The unofficial practice days open to all competing pilots will be on the April the 6th and 7th. The registration, opening ceremony and official training tasks will be on the 8th of April. The event will be held in Governador Valadares, Brazil, which is a Brazilian town in the countryside of Minas Gerais on the eastern part of the country. Okay, so now hold on tight with this brand new Guinness World Record. A US sky surfer recently took to the skies in Egypt to break the Guinness World Record for the most helicopter spins while sky surfing. It looks really cool, but how he doesn't black out, have a look. Keith Kibi Edward Snyder has won numerous sky surfing national championships and took the world record over Egypt's pyramids of Giza. He took to these skies, jumping out of a plane at 13,500 feet and completed 160 dizzying helicopter spins. Snyder says he believes he can top his own feat. It's just really incredible to see. Let's find out all about it because Kibi is my first special guest this week. But to see that spin, to see that record you were doing, it's just hard to even understand how you can keep conscious in that. And like I heard you talking in the Guinness interview about building up your tolerance to it.
Yeah, so I've learned a little bit about that one. You know, back in 2002, I pursued this record. It's the same one. I just went about it with a little bit more of a disorganized level, and not as good as communication. Some of the news reports that are going on out there are saying that that was from 13,500 feet, but it was actually 15,000 feet. And I put a basement or a hard deck on myself of 5,000 to get out of the spin. I'll bring that down from an 8 to a 7 to a 6 to a 5. And I'll be honest with you, I've been working with myself for quite some time, but with myself is with a very large universe of us going on. And as you find out a little bit more, there's a little bit of, hey, this guy understands some stuff and he can give some good messages to people. Not only is he a good promotional tool for the sport, but there's some higher dimensional aspects that are going on that he's experiencing. So I've actually gone to places where I'm going to get my coffee in the morning or coming back from the gym and thinking, okay, now this was in Arizona. All right, I want to bring my hard deck down to 5,000 today. And I heard in this woman's voice, your hard deck is 6,500 feet. I'm like, okay, never mind. We're staying there right now. There's a higher power. There's a higher power saying, no, not yet, buddy. Yeah, I attribute a little bit of that's developed to that mind's input that's adjusted maybe, but there is some cool stuff I've experienced.
This conversation was so metaphysical and magic that you just need to listen to it all. The half-hour interview with Kibi is now released on our Air Sports Promotion YouTube channel. It really, really is worth a watch. Most of the commentators admit that rally flying and air navigation racing need to improve their regulations to become more popular and attractive for the audience. That's why a few weeks ago we showed you how live tracking of the Air Navigation Norwegian Championship was presented in Scandinavian television to make this sport more entertaining. And now they make another step forward. Air Sports live tracking system gives you live tracking and live scoring of competitions in precision flying and air navigation racing, and it also provides an open general aviation flight tracking service which is now compatible with the most popular aviation simulator from Microsoft. And because the newest edition of the game perfectly reproduces the Earth's surface and urban details in virtual reality, it becomes a great tool to train for navigation pilots. It can also be used as a promotion tool. Now everyone can find out how hard this sport and how difficult it really is. Across the complicated tracks, finding checkpoints and turning points, maintaining certain speeds and altitude without autopilot. The Experimental Aircraft Association announced last week that it has surpassed 250,000 members for the very first time. EEA membership has spiked 25% over the past 5 years. The association attributes the growth in part to people turning to flight training and aircraft building during the COVID-19 pandemic as the fulfillment of a personal dream. EEA's founder, Paul Pobenze, created a culture nearly 70 years ago where anybody who wished to enjoy the freedom of flight was welcome to participate, and our mission of growing participation in aviation has thrived under that vision. Now the 250,000 people is participating in this great project. How motivating is this? Really, really well done. As you probably remember, here in Doha, the CISM World Parachuting Championships ended a week ago, and I was the host of this event, and I had the privilege to speak with the president of the Military Parachuting Committee, Colonel Gernot Richardsgrober. Take a look. So you've seen from the very almost from the beginning. When did it start, CISM?
Oh, no, I'm not that old. It was 1964 in Pau in France.
Yes.
The parachuting started. CISM itself started already in 1958 with soccer playing and swimming, I think. But parachuting since 1964, and now we have the 44th edition.
Now, we were talking the other day at Manifest, and you said something which is quite amusing. I said, What is the difference between a military competition and a civilian competition?
One difference, I believe, is we have all the three events.
Yes.
So our athletes, they have to be accuracy, style, and formation skydiving overall athletes.
Yes.
Which is according to the military philosophy that this one soldier has to do all.
Yes.
You cannot replace him. And we are all military, so all have been on the field, all have been military training. So if you put them on a bus at 4 a.m. and tell them go out to the drop zone, okay, that's it. That's like on our other mission. And there's no complaints or major issues about that.
Yes.
And even if there's no food in the morning, they get the 15-minute call, they go on and jump.
Yeah.
So that's something that I believe is typical for the military.
It seemed so far here a very slick operation. It seems to have gone very, very sharp.
Oh yes, that's one of the fastest operations. So Jeremy, he is really using every minute and good flying. They are fast dropping, so it's very good operations.
The full-length interview, as always, is available right now on our YouTube channel. Do enjoy. Wintertime is a great opportunity for paragliders to upgrade or even change their equipment, and the manufacturers know this rule very well, offering brand new wings for the pilots. Ozone Paragliding showed off the Rush 6 new wing last week. It delivers the highest glide and cross-country performance in the ENB category. Derived directly from the Delta IV design, it shares performance and development features with the Enzo and Zeno series wings. The basic price is €4,000. When we're watching the final races of the Drone Champions League or the Drone Racing League series, we only really see the cherry on the top of this huge cake. The bottom layers are months of preparation, analysis, and huge logistical processes. The DRL series prepared great content showing how big and difficult this event really is.
We start planning an event 6 to 9 months in advance of when it's going to happen. We scout multiple locations across the world. Eventually, we land on a space that's big enough to host a drone race, and after a lot of napkin sketches and debates and discussions, we eventually land on a course line, and then we put on a drone race.
From time to time, people are recording when firefighting airplanes drop huge water bombs straight into the fire. Now the Explore Media channel shows a video which proves actually why it's called a water bomb. What a force that is. Wow. Hall of Fame section? Let's do it. On the 1st of December, after 4 years of planning and preparation, NASA and the FAA intentionally crashed a Boeing 720 airliner to test an experimental fuel additive intended to reduce post-crash fires and to assess passenger survivability. The airliner's fuel tanks were filled with the AMK mixture, totaling 16,000 gallons. Instrumented crash test dummies were placed in the passenger seats. On the 3rd of December 1937, Jackie Cochran flew a Sikorsky aircraft from Floyd Bennett Field, Brooklyn, New York, to Miami, Florida, in only 4 hours, 12 minutes, and 30 seconds. On the same day, Alexander de Seversky, the airplane's designer, flew a second P-35 type airplane from New York to Havana, Cuba, in 5 hours, 3 minutes, and 5 seconds. On the 5th of December 2014, a United Launch Alliance Delta IV Heavy carried the first Lockheed Martin Corporation Orion spacecraft EFT-1 into Earth orbit. This was the first test flight of the new deep space vehicle. There were no astronauts aboard, but in fact the crew module was able to accommodate 4 astronauts for the future missions. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed our program, and if you do, please hit the like button and also share our content as well and subscribe to our channels. And if you have any aviation news, you can contact us by email or directly with me on Twitter. I'm going to leave you with some stunning shots from the new video of the aerobatic pilot Rob Holland. So I'll see you back again next week. Until then, stay safe and keep your eyes on the skies.
I am not an adrenaline junkie. I don't drive motorcycles, I don't jump off cliffs, I don't do any of that stuff. But I do fly aerobatics. For me, it's more the discipline of trying to make it as perfect as possible. I like to try to show people things hopefully they just never seen an airplane do before. Try to think outside the box and just really entertain the crowd and try to inspire them. Hopefully get them involved in aviation, but nothing else, just inspire them to pursue whatever it is that they want to do and go for it.